This is Mady with Straggat Media, and we're here with Abby. How'd you get into wrestling?
I grew up in a wrestling family and being around the wrestling community almost all my life since I was like young. It's helped me get into it, and it seems like a very interesting sport. I always wanted to do it.
Did you have any struggles with having to go into it, or was it just like, I'm gonna do this?
It was a little bit of a struggle. My mom didn't allow me to wrestle boys whenever we were younger, so I didn't get to wrestle as younger as like me and my sister wanted to. And then once we came up to the high school team and everything, we had a girls team, we were wrestling girls. Like then we finally got to be able to jump into it. But then I got hurt, couldn't do that, and then I had to wait another year.
How did you overcome that injury?
Just a lot of resting and then getting doctor's permission to come back, and I was like, okay.
What do you enjoy most about wrestling?
Probably the competition, like the drive for the competition, that and the wrestling community in general. It's a lot of people, especially with women's wrestling, it keeps growing and growing. So the community just keeps getting bigger, and it just seems a lot more fun now.
Do you ever get burnt out with having to go 24/7 or being around that many people?
There's some days where it's like more tougher, and there's other days where it's just like, okay, like I'm with this and everything. But the days that I feel burnt out, it's a matter of just resting myself and resting my body and just clearing my mind for a little bit.
Why did you decide to join the national team?
It's kind of that's kind of like a tricky question for me because I started wrestling freestyle because I didn't go to state my freshman year. And then my club coach and here at like Dana Alliance and stuff convinced me to join the national team. So it was kind of like, oh, you should do this. And I was like, okay, I guess.
Is there a difference between being on like a school team or a national team?
There's a big difference. There's a lot of differences. On your school team, like you have like a lot of girls who are new to the sport. They don't really understand what they're doing, and like you have to start building that pace up. And then whenever you join on a national team, it's just like everyone kind of has an idea of what they're doing. Like we're just boom, boom, boom. Like everything's just a lot different.
What do you think is most challenging for you in your sport?
Probably my mind, like not getting in the way of like other things, like losses or just not being able to figure out how to move during practice or just trying to push myself through the conditioning.
Have you found ways to kind of overcome like those like hardships in it, or do you just kind of just keep going?
I found that like actually like focusing on my breathing and like listening to music helps a lot. Sometimes it doesn't help and sometimes it does, but I'm still trying to figure that out.
What is your favorite style of wrestling if you had to choose?
Greco. I love Greco.
Is there a difference between like Greco, like what just makes it stand out to you?
So it's a lot of upper body, and a lot of girls like to use like their legs or like to grab onto their legs and stuff as defense, and being short, it doesn't help. So wrestling taller girls, they actually have to wrestle up to my height, and I can just easily get underneath them and throw them. So yeah.
What's the difference between wrestling like a taller girl, like as like being short? Is there anything you've come to find that works better for you, or do you just kind of go into it?
I've started to learn in like the different like wrestling styles that in folk style and freestyle, you kind of have to wrestle to their level because they have to come to your level. And if they can't get low enough, then you have to like take shots or like get on their legs. But during Greco and stuff, like still they have to match your level and you're already low enough to throw them.
Do you have anything that you do, like maybe like a little ritual or anything before a match? You just kind of...
Before matches and stuff, like tournaments or like duels, I just like laying down on the mat and stuff and focusing on my breathing before any of like everything gets started. And then normally before my matches and after my matches, I like doing sprints to get my like blood flowing and to help like calm me down and build my lung capacity.
Mm-hmm. Do you know where you want your wrestling career to go or any plans for the future?
I want to go to college to wrestle. It being my last year and stuff in high school, like starting to look towards more to that. But so far I really haven't decided to where to go.
Thanks for coming to talk with us and good luck in your future. Thank you.